Hey everyone, John Green here, and today we're diving into the fascinating world of English grammar. Now I know what you're thinking, grammar? Isn't that like super boring? But trust me on this one, grammar is actually pretty cool. It's like the secret code that makes language work. Think of it this way, grammar is like the set of rules that tells us how to put words together to make sentences that make sense. Without grammar, we'd just be saying random words and nobody would have any idea what we were talking about. So, if you want to be a master communicator, you gotta know your grammar. And the best place to start is with the basic building blocks of language, the parts of speech. Parts of speech are like the different types of words we use in a sentence. They are the essential building blocks that help us construct meaningful and coherent sentences. Each part of speech has a specific job to do, just like the different parts of a car. Without these parts, our sentences wouldn't function properly, much like a car wouldn't run without its engine or wheels. You've got your nouns, your verbs, your adjectives, all working together to keep your sentences running smoothly. Nouns name things, verbs show actions, and adjectives describe those nouns, adding more detail and color to our language. Let's say you want to talk about your awesome dog, Sparky. You'd use different parts of speech to paint a complete picture of Sparky in your listener's mind. Dog is a noun, a word that names a person, place, thing, or idea. It's one of the most fundamental parts of speech, giving us the subject of our sentences. Sparky is also a noun, but it's a special kind called a proper noun because it's the name of a specific dog. Proper nouns always start with a capital letter, distinguishing them from common nouns. Now, Sparky's not just any dog, he's an adorable dog. This is where adjectives come into play, giving us more information about the noun. Adorable is an adjective, a word that describes a noun. It tells us more about Sparky, making our sentence more vivid and engaging. Adjectives add flavor to our sentences, telling us more about the nouns they modify. They help us create a more detailed and interesting picture in the reader's or listener's mind. Nouns and verbs are like the heart and soul of a sentence. They are the essential building blocks that give structure and meaning to our thoughts. You can't have a complete thought without them. Imagine trying to express an idea without these crucial elements. A noun, as we learned, is a word that names something. It could be a person, a place, an object, or even an idea. A verb, on the other hand, is a word that describes an action or a state of being. It tells us what the subject of the sentence is doing or experiencing. So, if we want to say that Sparky is a good boy, we need a verb to show what Sparky is doing or being. The verb connects the subject to the rest of the sentence. In this case, the verb is, which shows Sparky's state of being. It tells us that Sparky exists in a particular state. Sparky is a good boy. Now that's a sentence. It has a subject, a verb, and a complement, making it complete. Of course, verbs can also describe actions. They tell us what the subject is doing in a more dynamic way. For example, Sparky runs in the park. Here the verb runs shows us Sparky's action. Runs is the verb and it tells us what Sparky is doing. It adds movement and energy to the sentence. See how verbs bring sentences to life? They are the action heroes of our language, making our communication vivid and engaging. Section 4, Adjectives and Adverbs, adding color and detail. We already met adjectives, those descriptive words that add spice to our nouns. But what about adverbs? Well, adverbs are like adjectives, but instead of describing nouns, they describe verbs, adjectives, or other adverbs. Let's go back to Sparky running in the park. We can make that sentence even more exciting by adding an adverb. Sparky runs quickly in the park. Quickly is the adverb, and it tells us how Sparky runs. Adverbs often end in lie, but not always. And just like adjectives, they can really make our sentences pop. Imagine saying Sparky runs slowly and sadly in the park versus Sparky runs joyfully and playfully in the park. See the difference? Section 5, Conclusion, Mastering the Magic of Language. So, there you have it, a crash course on the parts of speech. We've journeyed through the essential elements that make up our language. We've covered nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs. But there are a few more parts of speech out there like pronouns, prepositions, and conjunctions. But don't worry about those for now. The key is to get comfortable with the basics first. The important thing is to start recognizing these basic building blocks of language. They are the foundation upon which you can build your communication skills. Once you understand how the parts of speech work, you'll find that writing and speaking become much easier and more enjoyable. You'll be well on your way to becoming a grammar guru. Imagine the confidence you'll gain. You'll be able to write clearer, more interesting sentences and express your ideas more effectively. and you'll be able to impress your friends and teachers with your newfound knowledge. They'll be amazed at how well you understand the language. So go out there and start identifying those parts of speech. Practice makes perfect. And remember, grammar isn't about being perfect. It's about understanding and using language effectively. It's about using language effectively to communicate your thoughts and ideas. Happy writing, keep practicing, and you'll see improvement in no time.